I made it here.
Yo, Jay Prince is always in some shit. Like, I don't get it. Like,
I gotta do my
yeah,
research. Like I said, I feel like he's like the Godfather. Like he says some shit, and motherfuckers is like, we gotta listen to the Godfather.
nigga, he needs to find a hobby or something, bro. Cause like I know, like when you got all that money and you live in the South, you living good, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think he's
Mhm.
bored, my nigga. Cause like, who gives a fuck about the Grammys?
I thought we do this every year though. We do this
Every
every
year,
year. We have the
dog.
same conversation. We get mad about someone winning who shouldn't have over
And
someone else,
at the
and it
same time,
gets
it's like,
gets real old.
and people don't even understand the whole process of it, and understand that like from a voting standpoint, like hip hop will always have an issue getting it right because we don't have enough people from the genre
From
like
the
in
genre,
the
yeah.
on the board because like studio out like they said like I think either you have to be nominated for a Grammy off by votes or you have to like put a certain number of hours in the studio,
Mm,
like in a certified studio or some shit like
right.
that. A lot of niggas is
Registered by
not
the Grammy board. Yeah.
yeah, a lot of these
It's
niggas is not
just
recording in studios. Like they're recording in like DJ Khaled's house. Like, you know what I'm
which is
saying?
still
Like
cool. I mean, it goes for the experience, but as far as this body of
certification go, like it doesn't work.
this organization, and Dame Dash says we should start our own Grammys, but I mean, we got the BET Awards, we got
And they stay disrespect because the BET Awards right now is just like, how do I say this without sounding like
they
a
be trying
jackass?
with the ciphers, they be, you know,
Yeah, but it just feels like another kickback for niggas, man. It don't feel like it, it don't feel like an award show. Like niggas don't wear suits. They wear $3 million worth of chains, bro. And it's just like nigga, like I mean you could do that with a suit too, like that fits, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like nigga,
not hitting for you.
they don't do the black. I like black tuck shit. Like maybe I'm different, right? And like the Grammys, bro, people be dressing, bro. Even when some people got a little bit of flair of their own, but it's just not. But here's the thing, though. I like that feel. I like the aesthetic of it. But the Grammys ain't shit.
I
They
mean, it's
haven't
just
been
one of
shit for
many.
years.
Yeah, people quit caring. At least I thought, but every year we get this whole uproar about it. People mad at what choices they make or who won or who got nominated, and it's ever since Kendrick got ripped over Macklemore that
Fucking
year,
Macklemore, that
we
fucking piece of
realized
shit.
we realized shit just is not balanced out. It's just not working well.
I hate
So
that. I hate that. I ain't
they
gonna lie.
had
I was heated. Oh
so
my
this
god,
year apparently they had Kanye was
performing.
supposed to perform,
Mm.
but I guess Trevor Noah's the host. And because Kanye got into that little, kerfuffle with Trevor Noah over
He was
Twitter,
talking spicy. He was talking
they
spicy.
yeah, they decided Kanye can't perform anymore. So
Mm.
Kanye's out and it's just getting so drama filled. Like,
My nigga said, I said cancel Kanye, not cancel Kanye. I was like, yo, shut up. Even
yikes.
if you never said anything, they would not let that nigga touch the stage. They think that Trevor Noah is going to bring more ratings than Kanye would. That's what it
I
is.
mean, they just don't want the drama that Kanye might bring because Kanye's unpredictable. So, what if he does get up there and says different lyrics to a song or starts to attack one of their sponsors and then they lose money? Kanye's too unpredictable. So, they rather have Trevor Noah, who's going to
They
stick
know
to
what
the
they're
script.
getting. Hmm.
Yep. He's going to
He's on the
be,
Daily News, like,
yeah, he has a corporate tie too. So, he won't want to
hmm
lose out or do nothing crazy. So, I mean, I get it. It's a business move. It's kind of makes the show even more obvious that it's literally just like this production and, them giving out little statues to people who are so rich. They don't really need this thing. Even if they
Grammys.
say your album is whack, you sold a bunch of millions. So,
I mean,
We'll
you
see.
see, Billboard
It's a little
makes more sense because that's based off sales. Like, nigga, you can
true.
kind of tell who's going to win based off how much they sell because that's basically what it's for. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I also feel like, I mean, I feel like it's both of them. Like they're still affected by the record labels a lot of times. You know what I mean? Because record labels can buy records too. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time too, they can buy votes too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's very true. That's very true. See, and that's why this cheapens the whole industry when you think about it, because any statistic you want to measure your music by or your industry by, you can pay for it. Like if you want to measure
mm-hmm,
your artist by streams, you can go pay some streaming company to send a bunch of bots to your song and run up the
mm-hmm,
streams. So
mm-hmm.
if you want to measure by followers, you can go on some, Russian back website and buy a bunch of followers. So it's like you never know what's real engagement or not anymore. And you just look at music like, all right, whatever. I like it. If I do, then cool. If I don't, then that's just another two 2 minutes and 30 seconds wasted, because
Yeah.
that seems to be how long songs are now anyway.
Oh my God, Magic City. Fuck. But like, it's just like who gives a fuck? Like at this point, like shut. Like we just need to shut it down. Just them niggas make music because like it's just and like I hate to take something away from like the other categories that kind of I don't know if they get it right. I just never hear them. I never hear no complaints from them motherfuckers about what's going on.
True.
I never
I
hear,
mean,
and it could be a racist thing too. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Like
reggae artists don't seem to be mad, because that's usually whoever's the biggest reggae artist
they win.
that all cultures know is the
Nah,
newest,
but
is
I
probably
don't
gonna
think
win.
that. Okay, because people have been saying that Vibes Cartel is like at the top of the list.
He might get nominated, but as far as like pop culture and
Oh, it's always the yes,
who's
it's
current,
always the
it's gonna be like who's a new current person in reggae. So,
mm,
but really quick, I just wanted to find the nominations, or did they put them out yet?
yeah. They put them out. I think we
Uh,
went. Did we go over them?
is that what we went over for
We went over.
that? We did for I know we did for a show, but I couldn't remember if it was this show coming out.
What was it? The American Music Awards.
Maybe it was. Let's do these really quick.
Yeah,
So album of the year. I'm trying to look for Justin Bieber, Doja Cat, Her, Little Nas X, Taylor Swift, Kanye
nigga,
West, Donda.
nigga, you know who gonna win that? Come on, come
Who do
on.
you think?
Taylor,
Justin
man,
Bieber, Taylor, Evermore.
Taylor.
I'm not hearing as much buzz from her. I
Yo,
almost think Doja would take it.
oh, it's between them two because here's the thing: Taylor is like the
Doja's
music. Well,
everywhere.
I don't know if she's their sweetheart no more because of the
That's
whole
what I
dealing with her
mean.
masters thing.
Right.
Because she
She
put out
pushed
her
back
own
against
album. Yeah, she put out her own album again so that she could own the
right.
shit. With all,
Right. She redid it.
yeah,
I mean, smart on her behalf. I mean, but you are kind of milking your fan base a little bit. Like, hey, rebuy that same thing over here from me now, so I can get paid for it.
but
But
she did change the songs though, which I'll give her credit for.
that's the only way she would be able to keep it.
Yeah,
But that was really despite her manager, because that's Justin Bieber's manager. It was a whole,
Scooter Braun.
yeah, it was a whole. That shit was messy,
Wow, so
yo.
he's the no. I thought that was a label. I didn't know that was him.
No, he owned it, and he wouldn't sell it back. The label would sell their portion back, but she wanted all of it.
Yeah,
So
that nigga. He's like, nah, I'm
it's
eating off this. What you mean?
it's the same thing Diddy doing to Mace right now, which that got
Yeah,
even more spicy. But album of the
yeah. I
year,
think
I
it's
think,
Doja Cat though, if that's the case, because
yeah,
every radio station nigga they play like 5 of her songs every morning on the
she
radio. Like,
everywhere. Taco Bell commercials, like the corporation is really pushing her.
mhm.
Song of the year, Ed Sheeran. Let's see, any good ones? Kiss Me, Doja Cat, Leave the Door Open, Silk Sonic, Call Me by Your Name, Peaches, Right on Time by Brandy Carlisle. Who was that?
Yeah, that's Doja Cat for sure.
Mm,
That's Doja Cat for sure.
I almost want to say Justin Bieber because
No,
that song was like on. I remember one day that song was on 3 stations at once.
Doja Cat is on all of them. All day, every single. I mean, maybe it depends. If it's like a country, it's obviously not. But like for the ones that are like
Mm.
being known,
Best R&B song:
mm,
"Damage" by Her, "Good Days" by SZA, "Leave the Door Open" Silk Sonic, "Heartbreak Anniversary" Giveon, and "Pick Up Your Feelings" by Jasmine Sullivan.
honestly, Jasmine Sullivan should probably win that.
I agree, but these
Silk
are all
Sonic
good
though.
songs.
Silk Sonic though, they had a banger. I ain't gonna lie, that whole album was full of bangers. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm just catching up on that. I'm just catching up on that.
When that shit dropped though, that shit was dope. But honestly, Jasmine Sullivan, she put in some work on that last
That
one.
song was a banger, yeah. Damn, I like all these songs. This is actually a good list of nominations.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll give it to Jasmine. We'll skip Latino song. I'm sorry, I don't really know who the artists are.
We gotta start trying to do shit.
You know, I listen to whatever I hear, but I still need to understand a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have the list for hip hop or anything. But yeah, with that being said, I Hate It Here podcast. It's your boy Russ.
It's your boy Kev.
Episode 23.
3. Yeah, man. 23.
Still going strong, still making it happen. Thank
Already
everybody
know.
for listening, engaging, as y'all so seemingly do. So let's kick this thing off with a hypothetical. You know what to do, my good man. Your selection.
45.
45, like when Mike came back.
I don't know why that number just came to my head first.
If you had a tail, what tail would you want and what would you use it for? I can't. I don't.
What?
I didn't write the shit, bro. I didn't write the shit. And just reading it, I'm
remember
just
the
like,
last time we got a question like this and we just went off the rails in that podcast?
that might these. That's what I'm saying. These hypotheticals might be the indicator. If you had a tail, let me make sure I'm reading that right. Yeah, that says tail. What tail would you want, and what would you use it for? I'm assuming like what tail from like which kind of animal or something.
Fam, this podcast about to be some wild shit. I hope y'all got your seatbelts on.
Shit don't make no sense.
I don't even want to answer that shit. That's just weird. Because I can't
it.
fathom how a tail would feel, and I don't think I would like it.
I would want I want like a Saiyan tail, not to be like a big ass monkey or nothing, but I want a Saiyan tail. That shit that wrap around my waist type shit. Fuck it. If there was some mutant disorder and I had to get a tail, nigga, I want a tail. Like,
I ain't gonna lie, that'd probably be the only the Saiyan tail is definitely that's iconic, bro. Like obviously, because we anime niggas, we know how it go. Like
word.
If they let niggas go Super Saiyan, bro, like, I'm sorry, but the world would be fucked.
I mean, you ever seen nigga on PCP? Some niggas be out there and like raging hard. That's that meth strength. That's going Super Saiyan.
You'll never see nobody stronger than a motherfucker on PSP.
PCP. Oh my god. PSP is a little PlayStation. I had one of those.
Yeah, if you had one, bro, that shit was god tier. I ain't gonna lie. PSP was iconic, fire. Man. Oh my god, you can remote play like from your house on the shit too.
Shit crazy. Oh man, I want to get a Steam Deck, bro. I'm really looking into it. Like, it's literally just a handheld PC at that point. You can put emulators on it, play old games, new games.
Man, I gotta get
I
more use
just
out of my PS5 first before I go diving into some new
I
shit.
feel you. I feel you. I mean, this is my alternative because I'm mobile anyway. I'm always on the go,
Mm-hmm.
like between work and wherever. And that way, I could still play my games because I buy games and they sit because I never had no time to play.
Mm-hmm.
I bought Cyberpunk at launch and never like.
I
I'm not
actually
even
started
halfway through.
Cyberpunk. I ain't gonna lie. It, like people were saying like it's some bullshit, but the adapters made it better.
The
I've been playing
updates,
it. I've been enjoying it, man. And they just made the PS5 update. So I'm like, so because
good.
OLED nigga, you know what I'm saying? So like
Hmm.
I'm about to watch it in full HD, bro. Like, but I also have Horizon Forbidden West. But like, me, nigga, I play Destiny every weekend. I've been playing that bitch.
Hmm. You get
I've
stuck
been
to
going hard,
what you
bro.
used to. You loyal to that
Because
game. I respect it.
sometimes like you don't have hours to dive into a whole world, right? Like I can only play those type of games when I got like a 3-day weekend, or you know what I mean, where I can get like a day to spend like 7 hours on the shit. I take
Hmm.
breaks to chill with my kid or whatever, but like I'm there from like 10 to freaking 7. You know what I
Right.
mean? She's chilling with me because she knows she's like, I'm gonna let him get this off because the next day we can watch movies all day, because I got 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Hmm.
cool.
Hmm. I
But
respect it. I understand. Yeah, sometimes you can't really piggyback the story. Like you can't carry the whole story right now. So you want to jump in and jump out. Like jump in and jump
yeah,
out. Do some cool shit. Fuck around. Maybe
beat some niggas up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, jump in and jump out. And
Yeah,
I fuck with games like that. But since I got no PS5, I was playing on my PC. But my
that's just a
PC
scam.
shit is just got me sitting
Everyone
here at
should
the
have
desk
one
all
by
the
now.
time.
This shit is a scam. I ain't gonna lie.
They don't really exist. That's my whole thing. When I see them online, I think it's just a promotional
Hey,
tool
but
by
you saw
Sony.
mine though.
I did, I did, I did, I did.
I gave you hope. I gave you hope.
I guess I seen it from afar. I didn't touch it technically,
Nah, but
so
here's
I
the
don't know
thing though.
what I saw.
You know what's fucked up though? So because
Mhm.
of the whole Russian war, right? Like Sony suspended all sales of shit in Russia. So I'm like, okay, so let's keep it
Where
real.
those PS5s at?
That's what I'm saying.
Shouldn't they be rerouted? Like, what the fuck is good?
Like, what's good, my
So,
nigga? Like, come on. Like, I ain't gonna lie. If I get a chance to get a second one, I'm gonna get a second one. But like, I'm gonna get one with because I have the digital. I want the one with the drive in it because I got like the Beetlejuice 4K DVD, and I need to understand like why 4K DVD
why
is
the fuck would
next.
you want to watch Beetlejuice in 4K?
Because Beetlejuice is the shit, my nigga.
No, I agree. That's an awesome movie, but that's gonna look so
I'm a bougie nigga, bro. You just gotta
enthrallingly
understand that.
disgusting.
You know
When
me.
he turns into the worm head guy, you want to see that in 4K?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
You
do.
sick bastard. You are a sick
Nigga,
individual.
I got a different type. Like, listen, you know me. I'm a
I
horror
love
movie
that
guy,
movie.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
I watch Paranormal Activity in 4K. I want to see the shadows moving on the motherfucker.
I want to see the shadows moving.
Moving on the motherfuckers, man. Like for real, dog.
I
Like,
understand. I understand. It's like why have the technology and the capability if you're not going to use it? I
man.
respect it. I respect it.
Uh,
You're just
we
watching the
watch.
wrong things.
Oh, damn. All right, this is one of the topics we had for tonight, so we just gonna start it right now. I
Let's
watched
go.
Spider-Man: Far From Home on
Okay. HD.
UK HD, which is like almost 4K
Mm-hmm.
with Vivid on my TV the other day. Let me say
Okay.
something. Like I don't. Sometimes we get like a gift from God and we don't even know that it's happening, right?
Amen.
Like vision, the fact that we can see what we see is a blessing,
Facts.
right? Like we can't take that shit for granted. So like
No,
when
we're
I'm
not.
sitting here watching this masterpiece unfold in front of me for the first time in
Absolutely.
HD, and here's the thing: there's a mode on my TV where like I can make it look like cinema, but
Mm-hmm.
it would so and dog. I didn't want to watch it in cinema. I wanted the full color
Absolutely.
experience.
Give me everything you got.
Fam.
Beautiful,
Like
ain't it?
in the end, if you ain't seen it yet, I'm sorry, my nigga. It's you can buy it now,
It's an
right?
absolute masterpiece. It's an absolute
The suit that he wears
masterpiece.
at the end is the same suit that's in the animated cartoons.
The
I was
attention
like,
to
he bossed
detail,
up.
the
Oh
attention
my
to
god!
detail. You know,
Look at how
I had
like
to.
the legs are bending on the spider on the back. I'm like, yo, they
I had to
good.
watch. I watched Far From Home. I saw it in theaters, and then I went home, and the next day watched it on stream. Like found a bootleg copy and watched it on stream, just so I could rewatch and make sure I was seeing what I was seeing, because there was so much going on as at one point, and I'm just like, I'm trying to take it all in, but it's like this barrage of like like a conclusion. It's like the ultimate feeling of a conclusion. I feel
It
like
just
closure. It feels like closure. It feels like you're just being enveloped in this whole circle of closure while you're
like you
watching this
really.
movie. It's
It's
such a great movie.
it's like you're like there's a trilogy of books, right? And you've seen all three books,
Hmm.
and then like you don't know what's going to happen in the next one, but like where it ended though, it's like there's new adventures to be had. That's going to be nuts, bro, because like it doesn't stop here. And like the Peter Parker that he is now, like graduated college and all that other stuff, is like
Hmm.
the animated series Peter Parker. So it's like we can now see where you're trying to go with this. And it's just like I'm nostalgic for old 90s cartoons and the animated cartoons from the 90s. Like
Facts. We
that
talked
shit
about that.
was fire, bro. And
It
like
was
the
great.
suit, amazing. I think it was more like the one from the 1970s or 80s in terms.
For which Spider-Man? Toby or
Um,
Andrew?
for what's his name? What's his face? The nigga that Tom at the end of the movie
Uh-huh.
when he's jumping out of his apartment, his shitty ass apartment,
Mm-hmm.
and like that suit
That's
is
something. For speaking of that apartment, it's like
that's
iconic
the apartment.
too. So it's like,
Yeah.
dang, everything. It's like all these things, and
Got Jameson now, like
all of the spiders have experienced a loss, and to have to watch
that
this
was
loss
so
again
sad. That
was
was
like
so
very
sad.
hurtful. We don't have to say too much, but it was very hurtful again. And like, if you've watched all of the movies, like Spider-Man is an icon. He's top 5 character for me. So I've watched all
He's
of
I
these
think he's the
spiders.
most famous Marvel
Hmm.
character out of all of them.
I have I have watched all of these Spider-Man movies, like from each of these characters over the
Toby,
years.
Andrew, Tom.
So to see them come into this generation
Yo,
and
when
put
Toby
a
came
put a
through that
bow
portal,
on all of this, like he put a bow on like 15 years of work, I feel like.
bro,
It
like
was brilliant. It was
when I
brilliant.
when I saw him come through the portal and shit, I almost cried. I ain't gonna lie to you. My eyes were tearing
People
up.
in
I
the
ain't gonna
theater
lie.
people in the theater clapped like we were watching like a play. People in the theater clapped when they saw, because he, man, I don't want to spoil the movie, but the way he came through was so cool. He was like,
And he's just like me. Like they
so
all played their part. They all played their version
it's a
of Peter
great movie.
perfectly. And like when they were chilling on like the scaffolding and they were talking, and he's like, "Yo, you're amazing. You are amazing." He's
Mm.
like, you know what? Thank you. He's like, no, I want to hear you say it. He's like,
I'm
no, no.
amazing.
He's
And
like,
that's clever because his
it's the
series was called The
the
Amazing
amazing,
Spider-Man.
the
So it's,
attention to
again,
detail.
it's through the roof. That's why I say Marvel, even though I do want to watch Batman,
Yes.
the Batman when I find time,
Mhm.
Marvel just, they've
On another
created
level.
such a universe, and the attention to detail throughout a whole universe of of places, people, things, items, locations. It's like it's unfounded. It's incredible, and I'm such a fanboy. So fuck it. I fully admit that.
And not just for superhero movies, but for movies in general. Like I know people give it a lot of flack. It's
Mhm.
not cinema, nigga. Endgame was cinema. All
These
right.
movies are masterpieces. Okay, they have
Jesus Christ.
grossed
Not
billions of
all of them,
dollars over the
because
years.
Eternals was trash. All
I
right,
still
like
haven't watched it. I still
don't,
haven't watched that or
don't.
Black Widow.
Well, okay.
So
Can I say it was the action was okay when it started happening, but like it was just like I think me and my girls like this is garbage. Look, Shang-Chi, that was fire. I enjoyed Shang-Chi a lot. The Black Widow
yeah,
movie,
Shang-Chi was very cool.
I would have enjoyed it if it came out before
Right, right.
Endgame. Like
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. And then because it made no sense in the universe anymore, it's like, what is the point of this one now? What
Guardians
is
1, fire. Guardians 2,
banger?
eh.
Banger still in the brand. That Guardians is a brand. I fuck with them. Can't wait for Guardians 3.
Let's see what else we got. We got a lot of them.
I
Black
mean, we
Panther,
know the whole timeline.
fire,
Doctor Strange, that movie
fire.
is top 5. All right. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
rant on more about this whole Marvel thing, but top 5.
Captain
Top 5.
America, First Soldier, Winter Soldier, Civil War. Jesus Christ.
The thing is, these all these movies and this whole universe is great because we grew up with it, so it has that added effect of like, you know, you can reference the animated series, and then people watch the read the comics, they can you know, see how the things they took from the comic to the movie, so it makes this added effect. So they're gonna have to do it again for this new generation of kids,
And they're picking a
to
lot
keep
of
them tied in.
and they're picking a lot of characters that people don't normally know.
Right,
Like
right.
Wanda was dope, but like oh, they wasn't really checking for her like that.
She's
They
like
knew she was
B-list.
powerful, and she does have great stories in there. But like in terms of like the public ethos and like like the
More
general
commonly
public,
known.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like she wasn't really that
yeah.
known. Neither was low key. Neither was low key that much. You know what I'm saying? And his show, banger. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they're good at, tying those outer characters in through the shows, like Luke Cage and Jessica Jones and all of these other people, tying them
Daredevil.
in through the shows and then
Yeah.
putting them on a bigger stage. So
Now the shows are on Disney Plus, and they kept the R rating.
nice. But and I hate her reworking a Daredevil, so I hope they do keep the R rating for that as well. Like,
Yeah, me too.
I might go back and watch some of those.
Because he
But
was in the movie too. I was surprised. I was like, "Yo, this is."
I like seeing him
And he
too,
caught
because
the
it's just
stone. I was like, "Oh, this nigga right here, bro."
I like seeing that, man. Tie in all of these hours we put into watching. You bring back all these details that make it worth
I think
watching.
it's a fucking
So
genius, bro. I think it's a fucking genius.
they got some great direction over there. Great direction. But
Yeah,
you know, speaking of things we had while we're growing up, you know, another classic show is coming to an end. Last week or a week before, you know, we went over Arthur ending, but now this year, Mr. You Are Not the Father, Maury, it's over, bro. It's over. Where are these girls gonna go for their paternity test now? How can he do this to us?
They got Instagram. It's a different world now. It's a different world now.
It's that we don't get to see
now.
nobody. We don't get to see nobody run to the back on Instagram, you know?
You know, niggas be doing.
We don't get to see them.
Instagram.
We don't get to see them screaming in the dude's face when it is their kid on Instagram. That's different.
Nah, but people be posting that. Maybe Twitter. Maybe because not as Twitter. Because Twitter is where a lot
of people air it out.
Yeah,
I get it, but I mean, this is a true admission to our age though. Yeah, because we getting old. And did you know Maury is 83 years old?
What?
He's 83.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Like, we're not really that old when you really think about it, but that nigga's old.
I didn't know. He does not. Listen, that money must be.
He don't.
Yeah, especially for a
he looked like a dude in his 60s, but he looked like he's been 60 for a long time.
He still got his hair. I mean, I'm assuming it's all his.
You know, he's not feeble looking. He still talks and is very lucid. And you know, you see some old people and it take them
Well,
like
you
20
expect,
minutes.
hold on. Talk about. So you said you say he's lucid. So what? You expect the old niggas to be like, and drooling all over?
I say that because
to be a bag of vegetables, my nigga. That's what you're saying.
Bro, I say that because I worked in a nursing home over the summer for years when I was younger, and you would see old people who it take them like 20 minutes to put a sentence together because it's like they have to literally go into their mind, grab the word, bring it back down to their mouth, and it's just like if you don't treat your body well as you age, shit start falling apart and not working as well. But he looks like he's fine.
These edibles I take.
No, actually, it might be better for you because good for your heart, keep your heart rate, you know.
Listen, man,
and you already got the THC receptors in your body, so it's not like you're doing cocaine or some shit.
Yeah, niggas who do cocaine are fucked, bro. Like they wanna have nobody, bro.
Can only do that, but for so long, fucking pass out.
Your whole nose, you got to reconstruct your whole nose. You just sit here snorting fucking low for your whole.
Man, so yeah, Maury's done, man. That shit's crazy. Over the years,
I talked about last week.
Every time you skip school, son, what you watching at 10:30?
Yeah, it's during the day. This was daytime TV gold.
After Jerry, Maury took on that crown, and it's been his ever since. You know,
and they played Jerry earlier because like his shit was wild.
That shit was something fucking dangerous. Niggas was scrapping up there.
Like you needed something that could kind of like ease your give you some peace and calm, like that you can enjoy. Because watching them people run to the back, oh, you're not the father, and dude doing backflips and all. That should make you chuckle, bro. Jerry Springer just make you go like, damn.
I remember the clip where the nigga started crip walking when he found out he's not the daddy. Nigga just ding, 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 just went off. I'm like, wow.
She's like, oh my God, now. She was screaming, running through. Oh, God help me! God help me! I'm like, God should help you stay off that dick. That's your problem,
nigga. Fucking too many niggas. And then what I hated was like, Maury. I keep saying Jerry. Maury be like, hello, everyone, say hello to LaTanya. This is LaTanya's 19th time here. LaTanya can't figure out who's the father to little Jerome. It's like, damn, bitch, 19?
Can you just do it in private at this point?
It's like, God damn. Just line niggas up in the back. Already. 19, you've been on this show 19 times. Now you did this on purpose. This is too much.
Yeah, that's some wild shit, bro. Like they getting
you testing niggas you ain't even fuck. Like,
but yeah, they did the phobias on Maury. It's too much going on. So it's sad.
Maury is coming to an end.
I wonder what they're going to replace it with. Because they're not even going to run reruns, I think.
They might. He said he was ready to retire 6 years ago, but they asked him to continue.
Look how they fucking do you, bro.
The defamation
they will milk you to the...
They will milk you until your very last end. 6 years ago, so that means
you were like in your 70s and you tried to stop and they said no.
Look at these fucking studios.
Defamation of a community, because it was still some whack ass trash daytime television, but it was so great.
Yeah, it's where you watched, people more fucked up than you. It's like either you were watching that or you were watching soap operas and shit. So.
And then they would run one episode in the morning, one episode in the afternoon. Like 30 when niggas just get back from school at like 2:00. Yeah.
He's married. Oh no, is that Jerry? Am I getting Jerry Springer? Who's married to Connie Chung? Connie Chung, she's a journalist, and her husband is Maury Povich. Yeah, she's married to Maury. She's a Chinese lady. She used to do the news in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, I'm Connie Chung, little Asian lady. She's beautiful.
ABC?
Yeah, she was on all of them. ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN.
I was raised in New York, so like I think I remember her
Yeah,
because I feel like that
I'm
name
Connie
is
Chung.
familiar.
You know who? Family Guy does that Chinese lady after her, based on her. That Asian news lady that says like, "Hello, it's Friday," like just says ridiculous shit.
I wonder if they got a real Chinese woman playing her too, because like they
Probably
kicked Apu,
not.
they kicked Apu off The Simpsons because they couldn't find
They didn't even have a black guy playing Cleveland, so
which is nuts to me. That's
That shit crazy. So that
half the
mean this
half the
white
whole
man was
family
in
was
there.
white, bro.
This white man was in there practicing his black voice. That's basically what you're telling me.
Blackface on, but yo, I preferred Meet the was it? It's not Meet the Browns. The Cleveland Browns
Cleveland
show.
show? Meet
Yeah,
the
I like that
Browns.
show a lot.
You just
I
put
like
a Medea show with a
it's
but
just a bunch of country niggas anyway. It don't matter, bro. Like,
shit's crazy.
yeah.
What else you got on the docket?
Man, speaking of shows that I really been enjoying, right? So I got a couple of things, right? I'm telling you right now,
Mm-hmm.
this season of anime in 2022,
Mm-hmm.
like, is being carried by I think 3 series right now. That like is incredible.
What do you
Four,
think?
four right
Okay.
now.
You
Demon
know you gotta
Slayer,
see it. Okay.
Attack on Titan, The
Mm.
Ranking of Kings, and Dress Up Darling. Them four shits right there, bro.
Bangers.
Bangers. I can't
My
even.
coworker keep telling me about Demon Slayer. Like every week, he's like, "Yo, did you watch it yet? Did you watch? Like, yo, just watch this." You know, so it's on my queue. I just never got to it. And he was talking about also Jutsu Kaisen, like because there
Jujutsu
was a
Kaisen,
movie,
yeah,
Jujutsu
that shit
Kaisen.
is fire.
That's
That was 2 or 3. That's during the summer. It was playing like every single
mm-hmm.
week. Oh man, that shit is a banger too, dog. That shit is a banger too.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
They got a movie that just came out for it.
Yeah, yeah. He was telling me he went to see it.
Yeah, cause like yo, like Dress Up Darling, like that's like the slice of life one, and like basically it's about this nigga who's like his first year in high school, never had
Okay.
no friends. And he likes making Hina dolls, which is like these Japanese dolls. Like you gotta paint their faces and like you make their clothes and like I don't know how to explain it. It's like old school Japanese shit that they do, right?
Okay. Is it like
And
a
then
voodoo
like
doll?
nah. It's more so
Just
for
like a
like
little action
decoration.
figure?
It's like for
Okay.
decorations and like making like scenes and stuff like that with dolls. They're
Okay.
called Hina dolls. I hope I got that right. No disrespect. My apologies. So then he's a first year high school student, and all of a sudden, like this first year high school student girl who's like in their age group, like bad as fuck, right?
Mm-hmm.
He basically bangs her head on on his desk, which is a wild shit to be doing anyway. And like they become friends because like she wants to cosplay as different people, and she asked him to make her first cosplay thing. So he got like measure and shit, and I'm not gonna lie to you, there's mad tension, sexual tension
Oh
between these two
my
niggas.
God. Is this an adult show or
No,
it
this is
just
for
looks
this is
like
for
it?
kids, bro. This is anime.
Oh
This is for everybody. I ain't gonna lie. Like I'm my age watching this shit. There's people older than me that watch this shit. There's people younger than me that watch this shit. And the thing is, though, mad people are saying like this, like is like the breakout hit of 2022.
That's
This
dope.
like this season. And I agree with it too because it's amazing. It's incredible. It's mad lighthearted. You know what I mean? Like it's not serious, but like you still like get to see like two people who have like a really good like friendship, but then like some shit happens, but it's not like oh bad. It's like it's lighthearted. It's cute. It's dope. But
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm
nigga,
taking a look at it now. I like the animation style. It's pretty cool.
yo, it got some of the best. Like there, and listen, there's some watch it. There's some things you're gonna see. You're gonna be like, I don't understand why they just killed their budget for this because some of this shit is incredibly done, and I'm just like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, and what's the other one you said?
Attack on Titan, my nigga. Listen.
I know Attack on Titan, but there was one more.
The Ranking of Kings. Yo,
Ranking
my
of Kings.
nigga. It's about the story of a little nigga named Boji who's deaf and mute.
What?
Yes.
Oh, I like the animation style on this too.
So
he's deaf and mute. What does it mean to be mute? You can't talk, right?
You can't talk. So like he's the son
and he's
of
the
a
main
giant
character.
king. Yes. So he's the son of a giant king, right? And like basically his dad dies. So he's supposed to, and his dad said he got to take the throne. But instead they give it to his stepbrother because they think that Boji can't handle it. And then Boji gets mad upset. And then some shit happens where like the dad takes over the stepbrother's body and like they basically think Boji's like a weakling, but Boji becomes a fucking G. You know what I'm saying? Like he is a fucking beast, bro. And like the story is just amazing. Like I was sleeping on it for a long time, bro. But like I binge watched like 17 episodes in like a day. So
I see this little like character list. It looks pretty cool. Yeah, man. Looks pretty cool.
And
deaf and mute. That's like, why? How can you do that to your main character? So he won't say a word through the whole series.
Nah, he grunts and makes noises and stuff, and he's just like, they got it in Japanese and they got it in English too, and I'm just like, you know what? That's some creative ass shit. I'm with this right here. I'm like, this is it right here.
Are they gonna dub over his grunts?
They do. They have it dubbed already.
What? Bro. You can't grunt in another language. I didn't think
man.
it would.
They do, and it's fire, bro. It works. It's not even corny. Like it actually works.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
So then we have the Attack on Titan, bro. I ain't gonna lie. The last 4 days, I've been deep diving into like theories because like it's mad fucking insane. It's mad fucking insane.
The show is dope. It's been going. What season is it up to now? I feel like it's been
the last one for a while. Season 4. But they took like a break to like put them out because like the manga ended, right? The manga, yeah, because the manga ended last year.
Gotcha.
So like, you know, but okay, but here's the cool part, right? So apparently there's a theory out, and I was doing my research and I believe this theory. There is 4 timelines associated within the anime story. There's a first timeline that literally happens like a regular world. And basically when he dies, he wakes up in the same position in another world with the same people that he grew up with, right?
Like respawning?
Yeah, basically in another world. So basically his first world was like our world where there was like a high school and like his friends were all cool, whatever. And then he made a wish saying that he wished he could be the enemy of the world, right? So then he gets hit by a bus. Bang. Then there's a timeline that starts where he wakes up, right? And that timeline happens before the manga. So the way he wakes up in the manga, he's looking at the girl because the girl was also in the last 2. And then he goes, "Why is your hair longer?" And then they did a flashback to his old memory. It's some wild shit. But basically, he was having a conversation and they flash back to his old memories that he lost when he got reincarnated. And he went through the same thing he was going through, but the difference was he ran away with her and he died in like his old age, kind of so to speak, right? And when he was dying, she was like, "See you later." And then poof, he comes back again. And then he's like, "How did your hair get longer?" Because he's like, "I just had a long ass dream," which was the other reincarnation. Then this nigga dies again in the manga. Because in the anime, you know how like when they make anime, it usually matches the story that happened.
Right.
But here's the difference though. In the anime, when he wakes up, he doesn't say, "Why is your hair long?" He says, "Why are you here?" Because
what did they change it for?
Because in the manga, the way that he died, homegirl that he was in love with chopped his head off
Oh shit.
and then buried him at the same tree, right? That he woke up at in the anime's first episode.
Whoa. That's some Back to the Future type shit.
That's some time loop shit.
Yeah.
So they're saying now we're in the fourth timeline where he was stuck on a different plane and he was just rewinding through all of these memories to see what worked because he wants to get rid of the Titans, basically. So now they're sitting there trying to figure out, like, he's trying to figure out what works. And he's like, well, the first dude solution didn't work because, I forget what happened in the first one, but basically it was like he ran away and he was hoping that they would take care of it, but everything got destroyed anyway and he died. The second one was like he killed only 80% of humanity. Basically. Right?
Well, damn.
So now he's like, I cannot just leave it at 80%. I got to destroy 100%. And what they're saying now is that the main chick in the show is the one that's causing the time loop because she's so in love with that dude that every time that she does something, she's like, remember when I said she said see you later? When he woke up from that dream, she was looking at him the same way that she was when she said see you later when he died in front of her. So they're saying that this is a toxic ass relationship. This is actually a love story.
Ruining the world.
And she's ruining the world because she loves this nigga too much.
That's a deep conspiracy.
So now they're saying that the anime will have its own original ending and she will die, which will end the loop. He'll kill 100% of the world and then the island will be protected.
Like I said, that is a deep conspiracy to go off.
Now, but you see how like you understood the storyline without even me going into mad details?
Yeah, that's.
Now let me tell you something. If you go back into the details and actually watch the seasons, I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to go reread the manga because I need.
It will be cool. Yeah. Now that you know the conspiracy, you can kind of put two and two together. It's like
just to see how it goes now. To be like,
what was that movie? The backwards time movie. Not Inception.
Memento?
No, with oh man. I'm blanking right now. It's like the time goes backwards and Denzel's son was in it.
Tenet.
Tenet, yeah. It was like Tenet. Watching Tenet again after you've seen it all the way through. Then you realize what were the backwards moments or when it made sense. So yeah, that's dope. I mean, the story, like when you make a whole universe of things that could happen, you can get moments like that. So that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check that out.
That's
been around for a while, so
yeah,
that's a banger for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what's not cool?
What?
You know what I don't fuck with?
What don't you fuck with?
Apparently, because gas prices are so high, Lyft and Uber and
Snoop Dogg on a Wednesday afternoon
higher than fucking giraffe pussy on a private jet.
Damn.
These apps are charging fuel charges.
I deleted them off my phone. No more.
So if you use Uber,
no more DoorDash,
UberEats, DoorDash, Instacart, fucking Postmates, they are charging an extra 35 to 40 cents because the gas is so high.
Nah, fam, nah, fuck.
What that got to do with me? What that got to do with me?
You working, bro? You get this, but they don't pay him, dog.
What that got to do with me?
A dude
35 cents, 40 cents.
A dude can get a $20 ride. He only make $5 off that shit.
If you worried about their gas prices, you give them more of the cut. Uber and Lyft got enough money to pay their drivers more.
They should be. They should, but they don't.
Listen, and then they want to pass those charges down to me. I'm offended. I went to order I went to order dinner the other night, and I went down to my menu, and I'm like, "Hold on, this shit ain't adding up." I seen that file, that fuel charge. I'm like, "Yeah, that's not." I can understand if I was the driver, a passenger in the car. I was ordering food. Like my food don't take up no space in your car. You could still put your people in if you need to. Like,
Fam, every
shit's
time I order
insane.
before this whole gas thing, like my orders for 3 people, like for food would be like 30, $40. My nigga, my shit's been hitting 50, 60 every
Bro,
single last time I've been using it.
it's so easy. You add like a burger and a drink, you got like $25 when you get to the fucking checkout. It's like, how?
Like and then
Give
like
me a pound of
sometimes
ground beef and a fucking lemonade, and I can make this I can make 4 of this meal for cheaper.
and bro, like if we
Shit
like
don't make
we used to
sense.
order McDonald's on it, so like I could go to McDonald's down the street and go get it for way cheaper by myself. I just got to put her in the car and she gonna go get it. But we
Yeah,
lazy as fuck, and we just like, all right, we just have somebody else, and we're paying like at least maybe $20 more than we should be paying. You know what I'm saying? Because they
that's
upcharge you
because
on the
you don't
food
want to go
already.
get it. Yeah,
Yeah, but they can do that because like nigga, we lazy as fuck, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
this shit is
And
insane,
you can
man.
have
Now I gotta fight the.
anything, bro.
I know, I
Everything's
know.
had, it's not like back in the day where like you had to have the menu and they had to deliver in your area. Now,
Yeah,
bro, dude, I can get
anything you want.
restaurants that's like 25, 30 minutes out, bro. And I can get any
Anything.
restaurant within 5 minutes, any restaurant within 20 minutes.
You could be an asshole and order ice cream.
I do that.
Who the fuck orders ice cream, bro?
I do that. Ben and
Every
Jerry's.
t- every time I see
They
it on a
listen. They
menu,
bring Cold Stone. They bring JP Licks. They bring
nah,
Friendlies. All right,
ice
like
cream. By the time
Cold
you get it,
Stone.
it's mush,
They
bro.
got frozen yogurt on there, four
Oh my
different
god.
frozen yogurt, and they got a store called the Ice Cream Shop that does pints and stuff like that.
Oh
So
my
like of Ben and Jerry's and like Briars and some other shit. So like listen,
I believe
that nigga,
you.
I told you, like we be
I
out here, bro.
believe you.
We be out
I
here. But
use it
like
just
charging
for
niggas for
dinners.
gas,
The
man, y'all are trash.
Man, it's fucked up. The whole shit is
Pay them
fucked up.
niggas if you don't want me to worry about gas, bro.
Lyft, they have a program. It says if you sign up for an account, a monthly account, you'll get 4 to 5% back
I
for
don't trust
gas.
Lyft though.
So it's like it's a double-edged sword. You want us to sign up for your shit to get that monthly charge so you could give us money back on a charge that you're giving us in the first place.
And the thing
Come on,
about it
bro.
is
Make
like
it make
Lyft
sense,
is
man.
way more because you know what the crazy thing, the difference between Lyft and Uber, like with Uber, you have to have the car with the license plate in order to be working. Lyft, you don't.
It's crazy. The rules is different. It's like Walmart and Target and shit. But
And they be
yeah,
saying like mad people almost be getting like human trafficked out of them because niggas will be unlocking the car and shit
yeah, they
and
put
stuff
that
like
child
that.
lock on the door. I saw this video on Reddit. This girl, I think she was in Texas. She was taking an Uber and he just got on like she was supposed to go straight and then he just went right and got on the highway and they were driving
Mhm.
so fast. The child lock was on the door and she was screaming and he like pulled up to like some stop sign or something and she just jumped out the window. Like
Yeah.
shit was crazy.
Yeah.
So, but hopefully they catch those people because you know your car is linked to it. You got to go insurance and all that shit. So,
Mm-hmm.
fucking hate it here, man. All these fucking fees for bullshit, man. I just want food. That's all. I just
I
want
feel you.
food. So now you're gonna
Nah.
charge me for the food. Oh, you're gonna overcharge me for the food. You're gonna add on fees and taxes, and now you're gonna tell me because gas is presumably high that you're gonna add another fee on. Like I didn't ask for none of this bullshit.
Yeah, no, I feel you. It's complete bullshit. It's bullshit. I
It's
agree.
it's it's fucked all the way around. But what else you got before we get to the main topic?
That's about it, man. I mean, shout out to Amanda Bynes for getting off conservatorship.
I didn't even know she was on one, bro. They just snatching up all these little white girls.
You know,
These
you know
white
what's
girls ain't
crazy?
safe.
You know what I wonder? Like they put all these white women like under conservatorship, but not one white nigga on conservatorship.
And they be
Have you
wilding
noticed that?
too. They be wilding too.
I was gonna say something, but I don't think I want to say
Aaron
it 'cause it's
Carter,
some
not is
wild
it
shit.
Aaron Carter? Yeah, Aaron Carter needed a fucking conservatorship. That man was out here wilding, getting beat up by Lamar Odom. Why the fuck you fighting Lamar Odom? Who told you this was a good idea?
Oh my god, bro! Like it's kind of wild. Like all these teen stars, man. Like all of them women. Like
Them
first of all,
child stars.
that's fucked up because like she has no autonomy over her body. And she said the only reason why like she went and decided to fight against it was because Britney's got out of hers. And it's just like
That's
it's so
dope.
sad that like we don't even know how many like I'm gonna say people because there might be men under this too, but I haven't heard of one yet. Like the
Mhm,
only two, like Amanda Bynes might not be as big a story, but for me it is because I used to watch the Amanda Bynes show. Like she used to be on
mhm.
all that. Like I know who she is. So like it's like how many people are like under this conservative bullshit? You know what I'm saying? And like and we just
We don't
don't
even
know
know
about it.
until it come out. Yeah, they find the courage or they leak it to the news. Don't really know, bro. Don't really know. And it's not like it's like an everyday person, you work a job. It's only rich people who've been in the industry who seemingly have income and a source of money that
It's wild shit.
like, I wonder who's controlling all her money.
Her
I wonder
mom. It was her
who's
mom.
it's fucking family, bro. They
She's been
be
doing this since 2013 because they thought she was like mentally unstable in
I
2013.
mean, but
Well,
then you get them help.
she
You don't
did
fucking
she did say what did
take
she say
over
to
their
Drake?
life.
She said
Oh,
Drake
come
come and
smash
kill
this
this.
pussy, kill this pussy. Yeah.
Yo, like I ain't gonna lie, some wild shit, but yo, there's mad basic bitches that be saying that on the low,
I mean, yeah, you
all
just a
over
ratchet
Twitter,
bitch. You could be ratchet. It's nothing
like
wrong with a ratchet white girl. We got Whoa Vicky. That's fine.
like
You need a
just let her
ratchet
be
white girl
free. Like I
sometimes.
don't think that was a cause for alarm. Why?
My
Because he's a
thing is, if
nigga.
she needed mental help, then you get her mental help. You don't fucking legally go take over her life and income and like take her fucking autonomy from her. Like that's some savage shit. And that shit should be illegal. Why have they not outlawed that yet? If it's happening to rich white girls, you would think they would jump on that law real quick and get that shit the
Nigga,
fuck out of here.
nigga, listen, I
It's
was gonna say
priority
this.
somewhere.
I'm gonna say this. You know,
Go
there's some
ahead.
people that always say like white women and black men are fighting for the same spot. When it comes to,
What?
all right, let me explain because I'm a little high.
Fighting
I
for
got to
the
take my
same spot where?
yeah after white men.
Hmm. I, I don't know if we want to be after white men more than beside white men.
We both want the same spot.
Hmm.
That's what they be saying. And here's the thing though, right? Like white women
That's
have their
deep.
spot. They just don't like their cut, like some of these comedians be saying.
I mean, if you look at the hierarchy, and we're just talking about society, like these, I don't believe this, but just the hierarchy, white women would be below white men. Are
And
they
niggas,
not?
it should be, but for some reason, people try to say that like niggas and them are trying to vie for the same spot, and we're just leaving black women behind. It's just, I've heard
I
this
can
shit
see
said so
that.
many times. Like,
I can definitely see the leaving black women behind for sure, because that's
oh no,
just
I can see it because like
we
we live
see
in a
that
crazy
on a
society. Like
fucking
we shit
everyday
on they shit on
basis.
black. I don't shit on black women. I used to
Right.
because I was an angry motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be
We
pissed.
all we are all capable of the brainwash,
But I grew up though
but
because you know why? Like it's unfair to like label a group by one person. Stupid bitch.
absolutely.
But
Those
like
generalizations gotta stop. Even though you got your trauma and you may dislike that person for
you
being
can't
of
apply
that
it to
group.
everybody.
Right. It's just like no all cops aren't bastards. Like
But
we I don't know.
everybody's human. But like those when you see some fuck shit happen, yeah, you gotta call it out. And everybody got their own fuck shit because niggas be on some fuck shit too. It's not just these women out here. Us men ain't shit either. So like we just gotta be like some more self-aware on that tip. But like it's just wild, bro. Cause like why are we competing? And then like cause you like, you would think like why they doing this to like rich white like nigga, because they get still oh my gosh, oh my god, we're gonna get canceled. But they we're gonna get canceled.
We'll
But like
change the topic. But yeah, it's just
they treat
it's
white women like
surprising.
commodities instead of people. And they
Right.
treat and the thing is though, you can sell commodities. Commodities still have a value, even if it's by a dollar sign, right? But with niggas, like they still treat us like we're property.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
a lot of. If you look at a lot of organizations and a lot of just people on the higher up in society, they're either tied to or owned by or funded by these corporations, and it's fucked up that it has to be that way. But
I can't believe I
that's
just
why I
said that
said
shit. But it's some
that's why.
wild shit though.
But that's why I say they want the Grammys would rather have Trevor than Kanye because Kanye is unpredictable. You don't know what message he's gonna say or get out there.
Trevor is a safe black man.
I mean, he just sticks
No
to his
disrespect
corporate
to
ties.
him, but that's just what he is. Cause like when you think about it, even though he be saying what he be saying, but like
he knows who
they know what they're getting with him.
Right.
With Kanye,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want that nigga performing at the Grammys either talking about.
I mean, he got Coachella, he got Rolling Loud, he got all these other bigger venues which people actually care about and probably want to see more. So
yeah,
he's not missing out by
on
just
views or nothing. He's a billionaire. He controls the media already. Like he doesn't need to run an award show for this.
I want to see how this Amanda Bynes thing plays out. If it ends up like Britney, because Britney finally got free. Oh, it's over. She.
Yeah,
oh wow.
Yeah, she's out. Yeah, she's out. That's why I said shout out to her. She's out.
Oh, she seemed like she didn't have to go through shit though. Like I'm just hearing the story and it's over. Like with Britney's, it took like it looked like they were back and forth in court and fighting and seemed like she didn't really need one if they were so quick to just let her off of it.
Nah, because she said the only reason why she started looking for being freed off it was because Britney got hers off. So she was like, she started around November. So, now she's free. So, like, it's still November, December, January, February.
It's like a trickle down lawsuit
5 months.
Type shit.
It's still 5 months. That's still a long time. But, like, at least, she got out of it. So, it's just wow. I just never knew. And I'm praying for everyone else who's in it to get out too. Like if they're ready and willing to take care of themselves, because that shit's wild, bro. That shit's wild.
It's a lot of wild shit going on, man. It's a lot of wild shit going on. And speaking of this is our, I guess, headline for the episode. Is some shit you might hate or you might love. I don't know. A lot of people are torn in between. No, hold on. You hold on. All right, you hold on. Because I just want to say I want to give props to women. Before we even go down this long road of the shit we might say or people we might offend, I want to give props to women because women have had it and still do have it so fucked up in this country and across the globe. Like so many cultures.
What's it called? They just legalized banning abortion in like Idaho.
It's fucked up. They got to go through shit like that. Every day is attack on their body, on their culture. In different countries, they do like female genital mutilation, and it's just like fucked up. The little girls don't get to go to school. Only the boys get to go. In certain countries, women can't drive or even be outside without a man. Like across this globe, women get the short end of the stick no matter the culture or where you're from. It's just a fucked up way to look at it. And what I've been noticing is just like there's this disrespect happening towards masculinity, but especially femininity or just being female, if that word is still allowed to be said. I don't even know if you can even fucking say female anymore. But I just mean being a woman in general,
Oh women, my God.
Women have it tough,
I thought I was going to get us canceled.
Hold on, because I'm not finished. Women, they have it tough. I admit that. As a man, I seen my mother go through things.
Yeah.
I see my sister, my aunts, friends, family, everyone. I see, and I can. It's tangible how much different life is for a woman. I respect women, and I love women across the board. They carry babies. Their bodies are, so much going on inside their body. It's so many different facets of things that go on in a woman's life. So I just want to say that first because there's a story going around.
Okay, J.K. Rowling.
I just wanted to preface it, there's a story going around, of course, where
and this has been a big. I don't know how big it has been, but I know like when I go on my
it's
Google,
getting bigger. It's getting bigger.
Like I get like these news articles, and some of them are based off like stuff I be going through, like anime or whatever. Mm-hmm. But then a lot of times it's just throw like random news stories in there, and like every single week, at least 2 or 3 times, I will get an article about this, and like I didn't want to speak on it or cover it earlier because I'm like, we need to get down and see how far this goes so that we can properly give it like, the right discussion that it needs because like
right.
We need because listen, like I like cracking jokes, like and like I like speaking the truth too. And like, but when I speak on certain things, I want to make sure that we got the full story because like, first of all, there's humans involved in this story, and we got to make sure that we understand all the perspectives and see it from all sides and like give our personal thoughts and opinions on it. And like we may not be all the way versed in like some of the elements of what's going on, but at least we know enough to be like, all right, this is what I think it is, you know what I'm saying? And then like, even if we may agree with some things, we may not, but at least we can have an educated discussion on it.
Some form of dialogue.
But also be real niggas at the same time. So
Jesus
go ahead.
Christ. So what's happening is there's this collegiate swimmer, I'm gonna say, Lia Thomas. She's identifying herself as, and basically this is a trans individual. This is a male originally that transitioned to a female. Mm-hmm. Now, what's happening is pretty much a tale as old as time, or what seemingly a tale as old as time, is someone trying to get an advantage over others to win. So basically, because this is a male originally, she's doing college level swimming with women, or with individuals who are born a woman. Trying to figure out the best way to say all of this shit. So, and this Lia individual is winning. They're winning, and everyone from the right to the left is screaming, "This is unfair." This person has physical advantages over all of the other competitors. Mm-hmm. And what's happening is, because that person is so good, they're breaking so many records. So now you have this male originally transitioned to a female coming into this female-based sport and is blowing everyone out the water, setting records. You kind of wonder why or how they're able to do that. But, it's all twisted, man. It's all twisted. I'm just very confused. And people saying that women's sports are under attack because this was allowed to happen. And the NCAA recently gave this Lia individual an award for, just being so great over the season. And it's a mess, man. It's a goddamn mess.
So basically, there's like a threshold for like testosterone that you need to pass when it comes to like being transitioning from male to female, and you need to stay at those levels for about, I think, a year or two. I think that was the rule originally, and they kind of changed it to kind of be a little bit more what's the right word, selective, or like have a better criteria that needs to be passed, because like let me preface everything I'm about to say right now with this. Number one, we as a people need to stop looking at things black and white. We've talked about this many times before. Number two, we should never attack a person for how they feel. If they're wrong, we should try to educate them if they are able to be educated. If they don't want to be educated, fuck the niggas, right? But we still got to understand that people have feelings, and people, when they decide to do something to themselves because they want to be at peace with themselves, we as humans should respect that choice. We may not agree with it, but at least treat them like a human being enough to like respect it and allow them to live their lives the way that they live, because at least they're a human being having a human experience, and we've said this plenty of times. So like I have no problem with her transitioning. Good for her, you know what I'm saying? But then it comes to a point though where it's like,
The
because
question,
because of your biological makeup, like you have mad advantages. Like when you see her
facts.
and she stand next to the rest of her competitors, like,
She's so much taller, so much longer,
and she's built. She
so
got
much
she
more
got the
muscle.
she has and you know, I just gotta keep it real, a male swimmer body, because that's how she used to train before. And before she was like 500th in the nation as a man. Now she's like number one in like the females. You know what I mean? That's like another thing too. But like, you know, like,
And that's a weird part because it's like you were a swimmer as a man and you weren't, you didn't rank as highly. And then, for whatever reason, you transition to a female and you still want to swim, which is all well and fine. But then you do it competitively. And because of your male swim skill, and you are now reduced, potentially female figure, you're able to pull out more wins and break these records. And the question is just like, is this fair? Is this fair to women that who are in this pool every day, swimming, competing, trying to be the best they can with what they're given, for someone who was another gender to transition over and come through and blow them out the water? Like, what's fair anymore?
and the thing is though, like a lot of people will be like, well, there's women who swim better than Michael Phelps, and I'm like, I'm not sure, because like you got to think about the biological fix up. That's why we separate these things, because
Right.
like, you know, we have men's sports, we have women's sports. So like, you know, when people, now we have this trans movement that's doing this thing, and it's like, well, okay, like, because listen, like, if a woman was becoming a man and she went to go swim, she probably get dusted. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And like, we're okay.
She would be at a disadvantage.
She would be at disadvantage, and then we'd be like, nah, this is not right. But now we're putting loads of women who are, you know, or women biologically, whatever, and like they're getting crushed and they can't even get a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, though, we can't blame her for her love of swimming, and we can't blame her for how she swims, because because like, yo, like telling her to like make it fair is like some wild shit to say to an athlete, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's just we. Here's the thing. I'm gonna give out some solutions, right? Because it's the same thing. Because like, there's another story, totally kind of unrelated, but related. Like, the lady was in a spot with her daughter or whatever, right? And then like a trans woman walk in, right? And like it's like one of those type of Japanese bars where like everybody walks around naked, but the men and women are separated, right? So it is what it
Okay.
is, right? Um, but like I think they give kids towels and stuff, but the women are like, you know, they get towels too, but they're like fully naked under it or whatever. But sometimes, but you can walk around fully naked too if you want to, but the sides are separated so that, you know, women are what women, you know, do. But this, you know, this one particular lady, you know, she transitioned, so you know she's just on the woman's side with her dick just flopping all over the place, and the
Yikes.
and the lady was mad offended, and you know it was, and she was like, you know, I've been a victim of this, that, and the third by a man before, so seeing that is very jarring. Why they let them do this? Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, it's a double-edged sword, because like they see themselves as a woman, but they have the
Hmm.
body of a man. So it's like if you put her with the women, the women going to feel uncomfortable because obviously dick is out, and
Right.
then like the men are going to like feel uncomfortable because like you dressing up like a chick up in here, and listen, a
Right.
lot of dudes are not cultured individuals like you and myself who
Right.
have self respect for people,
Not as progressive. Yeah, niggas. They seem to get offended by how others
and a lot
are
of violence can happen.
displayed.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts. This is facts. This is like the bathroom situation down south when they was like trying to figure out which bathroom they should go in. But I mean, if
Here's the
everybody just
perfect
fucking go in
solution.
the bathroom and do their business and leave, then we would,
W-
we would, this wouldn't be an issue. But somehow people seem to think we got to be fucking conversing and interacting with each other in the bathroom. Like,
You know what I think?
fucking weird.
In the men's bathroom, take away the urinals, put more stalls. If
Hmm.
you're a trans man, don't worry about the urinal. Just go to a stall.
Hmm.
Close the stall up, do your business. When in the
Facts.
women's bathroom, add more stalls. Cool. You identify as women, dope. You got a stall, you do what you need to do. Nobody got to be in your business. And in the
Right.
male, everybody
Like
mind their own business.
they make it seem like we every time you go to the bathroom with someone, you got to look down into their pants and be like, "All right, cool, you're good. You could
And
be in
here's the
here with me."
thing: more
This shit
stalls
is
is
weird.
dope because if niggas got to take a shit, at
I
least they ain't
agree.
fucking up all four of your bathrooms.
I
Now you got
agree.
like five, six, maybe even eight in there, and now you got more room and more toilets.
Even when I just have to pee, I go to a stall. Like I don't like standing out open in the urinal
Me
in an
too.
open room to my back, like my back to the door, or whatever. Like that just
Yeah.
feels like a weird. Like nigga could run in and just stab me. Like I'm just weirdly paranoid like that. Like I would rather go in the stall, close the door, pee, do my business, leave, and
Hmm.
just not be as exposed while I'm in this vulnerable position with my dick out. Like for
You know
real.
what I mean? So like when it comes to like the other things like all right, then if you got the real estate, then you're just gonna have to make a separate section for trans people, and you might have to make two of them or make one of them because they should understand what's going on here. You know what I'm saying? And then just have that going. And same thing with sports. We should have a trans woman and a trans man league because at this point we just need to keep it fair. That's the only way to keep it fair. If we did it with with male and female before, we need to give them a space where they can have it too.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's just the way to make it fair and equal for everybody. You know what I'm saying?
I
Because look,
mean,
we don't want
when it
nobody to get hurt on either side, right? And we want to try to make it fair for everybody. Cause I ain't gonna lie, a trans woman, like, all right, cool. A trans man who was a woman before, they ain't never get into the NBA. They could be balling out of control. They'll never make it to NBA
you
because them
never
niggas gonna be
know.
dunking on them.
You never know because what happens now is it's like virtue signaling. There's gonna be a team that's like that'll want to pander to the LGBT community, and they will go and get a trans person just to say, "Hey, we got a trans. Come to our games. Come to our shows." Like it's reaching that weird threshold of like the companies are making it like a trendy thing, and then the people are just like
Instead of thinking about it as like something that's actually
it's like
serious, yeah.
it's a human crisis that these people are having. Like they're being attacked, they're being killed, and shit is fucked up. Like whatever you identify as, you should be able to live a normal life. But in these instances where they're competing and taking an advantage over other non-trans people, it just takes I don't know, it just takes away from the overall goal. Like now you're using your circumstance for an advantage. Like you have to know that.
Yeah.
You do have I'm sure you have to know that you're biologically taller and still stronger and much more muscular than all of these women that you're competing against. Like
Mhm.
your wingspan is ridiculous. Your fucking vertical jump, I'm sure, is crazy. Like you
And
have to know that you are biologically because there's no men and women, we're not better than each other. There's no better. It's just different. It's
mhm.
just different. That's all it is different. Women have more uh fat tissue cells, men have more muscle, you
There's a
know.
science behind it, yeah.
yeah, women have more biotin for their hair and nails and carrying a baby for iron and all that. And then men are less susceptible to cold weather than women. Like it's just different. It's just different for society and being a caveman, however we were biologically, genetically distorted. It's just different. But what happens is we take those differences and makes them either a disadvantage or an advantage, and that's where the shit gets all fucked up.
And like I think like it, we have way more science about it now than we did back in the day. Because that's what everybody was like, oh, well, they don't know the science, they don't have words. It's like, listen, then let's talk about it because like we need to make it fair and like not just for like like the women who are like losing, but also for Lia Thomas too because like even though like she's been winning, like all of her stuff is going to come with asterisks and
Yeah,
like as an
yeah,
athlete, like you never really want to see that next to your name. You want to feel like you won it with real competition and stuff like that. You
right.
know what I
For
mean?
good
Because
reason.
like, and it's like I think it kind of cheapens her awards in the same way. So you see, and people going to like look at it and like you got to think about it like this: like nobody wins in this situation. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not yet, not yet. But what I think will happen is if something changes because of Leah, she's gonna go down as that person that like changed the whole industry. Like if they make some law to allow a second division for trans people, she's
should
gonna
be
go
yeah.
down as like one of the top pioneers of
Mm-hmm.
trans sports in the country. So she's
Mm-hmm.
not it's a lose for her now, but if something does come of it, she's gonna be that
The winner.
spokesperson almost like
And I think
yeah.
people need to. I think people need to accept that that's a winning option too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, like there's these girls who, like who are basically fighting against biology, and it's not their fault. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Like it's not their
Facts.
fault, and it's not
Facts.
Leah's fault that she went through puberty as a man or whatever. But at the same time, too, but there's like a responsibility that, and here's the thing:
Facts.
it's not all her responsibility too because she didn't create the league. This is what was here already. It's the
Right?
responsibility of the people and the NCAA to make new leagues right now to be like, all right, cool, like we need to make sure
Make
everybody's included
space.
because
Right.
inclusivity is important. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like between like I guess it's gender is gender biological and sex the one that you choose.
Shit, man. I don't like I said, I don't even know what you can and can't say anymore. So
Yeah,
I
so
know what you
whatever.
mean though. I know what you mean.
Yeah, but like
Like
you
one
go
you
based off
choose
that, then
and one
like
is
then
given to you.
let's create these leagues like that. So give people a fair chance because like listen, like you're gonna get fans, and
That's a
it's just
whole
more
new
money for you.
division. That's what I was gonna say. It's gonna be a whole new cash cow for them if they make it happen properly, and they can do something like a Special Olympics to where this, this thing encompasses all people. So if you're
Mhm.
male to female, if you're male to if you're female to male, or however you are going on the
Mhm.
spectrum, this one organization can encompass you just the way the Special Olympics encompasses all disabilities and all
And here's
sort
the
of
thing,
ailments. So
they can still be in the regular Olympics because they don't have any physical disabilities. They're just like their section could still be added in the Olympics, right? For their section. The thing with like, when we have the Special Olympics, like physically they can't compete with regular people, but it's the only reason that we need to make the trans because they're transitioning. They're gonna be taking, one side testosterone, the other side
estrogen.
estrogen. So like it's going to change them, but they can still do everything because they have two
Okay,
legs,
I
two
have
arms.
I have two thoughts. Ready? Okay,
Yeah.
my first thought is the only reason I know that won't happen is because that's going to force a lot of people to acknowledge what they are and who they are. And a lot of people, especially the Christian or the religious crowd, they will not acknowledge them at all. They call them abominations and sins and all kind of weird shit they say. So that's my first thought. That's how I know this is not a lot of this is just hoopla because nothing will change because those people won't change. And that's especially when it comes to the government, they're all Bible thumpers. They all act like they stand on the Bible, and then they go home and cheat on their wife and do fucking cocaine with the other senators and shit. It's all just a fake facade. But you know what would be dope? This is my second thought. What if trans sports is fucking dope?
That's what
Like
I'm saying,
what if
bro.
you get a bunch of like trans men and women, and like since some of them are taking testosterone, they're dunking like crazy, they're wild aggressive, and then since some of them are taking estrogen, they're like, smaller, and they like got handles like Kyrie and like what if it's fucking dope? Like what if it's ill?
Like, that's what I'm
The
saying, dude.
trans
Like,
trans basketball association, the
fam,
TNBA.
dude, that shit would be fire, bro. Like, I really do think that shit would be fire. I think, and it generates dollars. I think they should get that chance to have something of their own that
They
generates
could
dollars
have
that they get paid for.
they could have fucking like shaving cream sponsors and then feminine product sponsors because you got the best of both. Yo, NBA, they you know how they got the G League? It could be the
Yeah.
T League.
I'm gonna just stop you right there. We we was doing hella good. I let you get away with the first one with the TBA because that one I was like, all right, cool, that's good. But but that one that you just said right there, I don't
They
even
got
want to go into it.
the
No,
T
no, no, you're
League,
done. You're done.
and
You're done. You're done. You're done. Thank you. You're done. That's enough. Thank you. Thank you. Everything you said was fire,
I'm
but that right there, I'm gonna have to
serious.
stop you right there for the community.
Think
I
about it,
cannot allow
bro.
you to no. I cannot allow you to move forward. I cannot allow you.
Think about it. That's all
Oh
I'm
my god.
saying.
But nah, man, like we just need to come and like we just need to like respect people as humans, bro. Because like she shouldn't be attacked for the choices that she made. She's allowed to make that choice. You know what I mean? It's just that it comes with consequences that's out of her control at this point, and it's sad because she's going to be like the target for a while for this. But at the same time, too, though, like all of these women, they're having their dreams shattered. You know what I'm saying?
It's fucked
And it's
up.
not even their fault. It's not like they're not training hard enough. It's just like, yo, there's just no way
Think
for
about
them
the
to
run.
win.
Think about the runner up. That's like you would be the winner. But that's what I mean. Shout out to all the women that are just fighting that fight every day, no matter the circumstance. Man, we love you. We cherish you. We'll protect you and comfort you. It's okay if you want to be strong. It's okay if you need to be weak. Just be a woman, and that's the bottom line here. Happy Women's History Month, is it?
Yeah, it is.
It just seemed like on Black History Month they attack black people. On Women's History Month they make sure women fucking get a bad rap. So
And the thing is, though, nobody should be getting a bad rap right now. Like, because this is something that they should have seen. Because this is something that, because this is not like, this didn't just happen. This has been
right,
happening for years, bro. It's
facts.
just that nobody would be able to say, first of all, you wouldn't be able to register because they didn't have the rules. So the fact that you had the rules there for people to register means that you knew that this was on the horizon, which means that you should have got ahead of it already, got that new income stream, made something happen, and we wouldn't be talking about this right now. But you're slow on your feet to make something happen right now, and like people are getting hurt. Like, yo, there was like there's people on her team that like sent letters to the school all anonymously because they didn't want to get like disciplined for the bullshit. And it's like
Yeah.
that's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing on her end, like she's getting attacked every day. You know what I'm saying?
When you're the first to do something, you gonna get it the worst because
And
people
they
never seen
say,
nothing like this happen on such a big scale, and they're fucking
oh,
news
somebody
outlets.
did say they have seen this on the scale before.
Oh yeah, with
They
who?
compared it to Jackie Robinson.
Now I'm gonna stop you. Now I'm gonna stop you. Okay. Now I'm gonna stop you because you just offended me, sir. Jackie Robinson was the first black baseball player. He didn't choose to be black. This Leah person chose to be a trans person. That was a choice that they made. Okay. that was in a, I'm not even gonna do the fucking take us out of here because you thought, and what I said about the T League was bad. That's where you stopped me. You ain't shit.
I'm not saying I believe it, but I'm just saying that's a wild thing to compare.
Don't ever. That man, the whole country was against Jackie.
The whole
at the
country's
time.
against Lia.
No, they're not. No, they're not. Trust me.
Oh,
Just
there's
Google the name and
mad
you'll see
people
the
against her.
headlines. The first article says that she deserves all the awards that she's getting. And that's from NBC News. Lia Thompson deserves the same praise that we give any other
Yeah,
athlete.
but they lean left anyway, nigga. They're just trying to get votes.
But that's what I mean. Everyone's not against her. You go back in time when Jackie was playing,
Nah, you're
and
right.
the headline on the newspaper says "Nigger takes bat, first nigger at bat." Like that was literally the headlines when Jackie was fucking trying to be a baseball player.
Oh man,
Fucked
you're
up,
right
man.
though. No, you're right.
Let's not compare the plights, man. But what I can say is you're right. They were slow to act, but that's again another thing that we're I don't know if it's just humans or this country. It's like we wait for the problem before we try to fix it. Like we're not forward thinkers enough to be like, you know what?
We're reactive, not proactive.
Not proactive, yeah. Especially in healthcare, we wait for some shit to make us sick before we be like, yo, let's stop. If we even say let's stop and fix it, but we'll see what it comes to, man. God bless her. God bless all the women out there that's in whatever you're doing, you know.
I think like our conversation here was like the most balanced conversation about this.
Try to be objective about it because it's got to be tough for her and it's got to be tough for everyone else in that pool that's trying to, make it to that level. And you didn't pick the circumstances that are going on around you at most points in life, but you deal with them and you try to make a way. As much as I hate it here, it's where we at. It's the cards we've been dealt. So
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Take us out, my man.
All right, y'all. Y'all know what it is.
Wow.
It's the I Hate It Here podcast.
Viral.
Episode 23.
Movie.
It's your boy Kev.
It's your boy Russ.
And we out this motherfucker.
Bow, bow.